I enjoy tool bag tours. Thought I'd make one on my own, see if I don't have something that somebody might want to add to theirs or change on theirs, see if I can be helpful to someone else. I am not in the trades, but I would say I'm an unemployed handyman, meaning that I do it for friends and family, and we own some rental property that I'm always doing maintenance at, so I need something to go with me, to go bag, if you will. I've had this bag for a few years now. I've made some changes to the tools that are inside of it over the years, and I'll kind of share some of that, including what I use a lot of, what I don't use very much of, and we'll go from there. First, it's a Milwaukee bag. You can see how it's got that forward lean on it. I do have some weight in the front, but I sure don't like how it leans. It is stable when it's sitting. However, you know, a nudge on the back of it, it easily falls forward. So that is one thing that I don't like a whole lot about this Milwaukee bag. Again, it's the older model that is not the pack out style. It's got a flat bottom on it. Let's start what I have on the front here. I've got these Knipex shears. They're really nice. I've had these for a few years now. I've cut a lot. I mean, just cardboard boxes to wires, multiple things, and they seem to be as sharp as they were the day I bought them. They've never come off of this container, and they've never fallen out of their holder, so there's just enough friction there to hold them well. Also have, I believe this is a fastback from Milwaukee, big Milwaukee and Knipex fan. This fastback works great, easy blade changes with that button there, and I like that it's got blades on board as well. So very, very nice Milwaukee razor, and I've got a red Milwaukee marker there that's quickly accessible. On the side here, you'll see I've got a Bauer tape measure. I've had a couple different tapes over time on the side here, but this Bauer has actually held on the best. I've had a couple that have popped off really easily off the clip. And, you know, this Bauer is past the, it's from Harbor Freight, but it's past the drop test because I drop it a lot and it's held on tight. So impressed with that tape measure. I've got, you know, Milwaukee's and DeWalt tape measures that I keep at the house for different things, but this one rides on the bag really well. You can see I've got a railer here, and I've got the Malco reversible quarter 5/16, and I've got the Klein 8 and 10 reversible. So those are nice, and just a couple other bits there for my screw gun and more. Little bubble level, nice to have, just easily accessible. You can see I've got a rag there ready to go, and my flashlight. So I previously used this flashlight on the bag, which is a little Milwaukee rechargeable, and it was nice. No complaints, magnetic base. It sits nicely like that, so it worked well underneath the kitchen cabinet if I was doing some sink work. But I saw this other flashlight, and I got it, and I've been really happy with it. And it is also a Milwaukee, but it's a, you know, got different options. It's flexible, so you can really get the lighting where you want it. When you turn it on here, it's got different settings, so high and low. So high, and that's like the flashlight setting. You can see here, you can literally kind of use it like a flashlight. And then, you know, it's got these floodlights, if you will, which are great for, again, working under the sink. And then it's got the top will come on here if I switch that, and then both top and bottom. So a lot of flexibility with this unit. Honestly, I use it the most for the flashlight portion, but it's great to have that floodlight when I'm doing work as well. Not had any problems with the battery. It gives me good run time. And on the bottom here, it's magnetic, got the hook, and actually on this table, it's holding on. So it's got a really good, nice, strong magnet on it. Been very pleased with this flashlight. On the back, I have the kneeling pad, cheap off of Amazon, and it's kind of funny in size, but I'll tell you, I use it all the time. It's perfect for putting your knee down on when you got to get down on the floor for whatever. Works out really, really nice. I've been completely satisfied with that. It was a good purchase. Up here, I've got a Joey bag. Very nice. You can see I put me a little zip tie to go on my carabiner so it holds on there. And I don't always wear a belt, so it's got that clip, and this is nice. It screws whatever project I'm working on. It works out nicely. See, I've got my different tapes on the side there. This is like a duct tape style, and I've got some painting tape and plumber's tape and some electrical tape on there. So different tapes ready to roll. This here is my glasses case that fits nicely on this side here. On the inside, you can see I've got some Milwaukee glasses, some rubber gloves, a little wipe to keep my glasses clean, and I've got some earplugs down in there. On these glasses, these have been wonderful. These are Milwaukee, and they are bifocals. Getting older, so I need some readers, and I've always got some readers to do some close-up work when I'm using these glasses, and I've got the protection I need. So just a little pair of earplugs ready to go, and this case is nice and rigid to keep my stuff safe. Also, where I keep my glasses at on the side here, I've also got a magnetic wrist holder. Holds screws and nuts on your wrist. It just Velcroed and opens right up, goes on your wrist to hold those things. And you can see this has got 9 magnets. This is a Klein model. I will say that I use this as just a sit-down magnetic tray. A lot of people have, the cup style or bowl style magnetic trays. Well, this really works just like that without the sides. So with those 9 magnets, it holds on really nicely. So I'll lay this out when I'm working on a project and attach my nuts, bolts, screws, those kind of things. In my top pouch here, I've got one thing. I previously would carry more, but I've got one item, and it's the item that I use on virtually every project, and that's a headlamp. This is a Phoenix headlamp, and this has been a really, really nice headlamp for me. Easy on, easy off. Battery lasts quite a long time, and I always need that light when I'm working on projects. This thing rotates easily, so I get the best view. So between this headlamp and the Milwaukee light on the side of my bag, I've always got plenty of illumination for whatever my project is. Okay, into the front pouch, lower pouch of my bag. You can see I've got some markers. This is a Sharpie, and this is a silver ink Zal. Here's a small Weehaw wrench. Very nice to put some of those, if I need to use, say, a 8mm, I can stick it in this guy and use it if I don't want to put it on my my M12 in my bag. I've also got this little magnet here. Doesn't take up any space at all. Tick tool to check my electric, make sure I don't have any hot electric there. Klein tools, classic Pika. I'm sold on it. Wonderful, easy in, easy out. I have had this for years, and it's been wonderful. My 90 to attach to my ratchet, to my M12, whatever I need to get something out, and the bits do come in and out, so I can change that out. GFI tester, socket tester, outlet tester, and a toothbrush, old toothbrush. You never know what you need that for. I keep some shop rags ready to go and easy. This I've used quite a bit. This is what is that? Jacari. It works pretty good. It doesn't always get the wire stripped like you like, but overall, it's a C+. It was fairly inexpensive. I will probably upgrade to a Knipex or Milwaukee's got a new one that's just come out, so I'll be kind of doing some comparing on those. I keep some wipes ready to go, some cleanup, and let's see here. We've got a little hand saw. I've got the blade down in there as well that Just, you know, a little hacksaw is ready to go when needed. And that's so lightweight, so why I added that. But frankly, I've had that in there for better than a year and haven't used it. I guess that's a good thing. Little packet, mostly Wagos. I like Wagos. Got a few screws. Got just a few other little miscellaneous items in there that I could need for grounding and outlets. And you know, just a nice little kit that's fairly lightweight. All right, now we get into the main part of the bag. These Milwaukee bags, at least this old one, is just one-sided. So you can, we'll start on the front pouch, and you can see why there is some weight in there that causes the bag to lean forward. But again, with it open, it doesn't fall over. So it is stable. Again, with this open, it's leaning on the ground, so it does give it support. If I were to bump it from behind, it's not likely to fall over. So I've tried a lot of different gloves. I like to wear gloves when I work, but I like them to be nice and thin. So I've tried the Milwaukee ones. They worked out nice, but I tried these Maxi Flex, and these are my favorites so far. So I always have a pair of these on hand when I'm on the go. They're always in the bag. Kind of start right here in the front here on the top. This is not a very deep, big pouch, but it is nice to have. So just got a little speed square there, a small one. You can see I keep some Band-Aids because I am a unemployed handyman. You know how that goes. Some rubber gloves. This is nice to have some, just like a little soft Brillo for projects, and I just buy a pack and cut them down to size. And again, I use my Knipex scissors on the front to cut them even smaller if I just need a little piece. A little N95 if I'm doing something that maybe has some mold involved, or you know, some fumes I don't want to suck in. I've got that ready to go. These are nice. This is like the Mr. Clean dry erasers, and again, they come in these really thin ones. There's big square blocks for the house, but you can buy these thin ones, and you can see I cut them down to size as well, and those are nice because I'm always scuffing a wall or something like that, and it's an easy cleanup. Another option for cleanups is just a little kitchen sink guy. It's one of them little, you add water to them and they turn into a towelette. Here's a nice, really lightweight, inexpensive scraper. Just pop the top off there and you got your scraper blade, but it's so lightweight. It's really good for a tool bag. This is a little magnifying glass that I've had for years. Don't really pull it out because those Milwaukee glasses, bifocals, do really nice for me, but that gives me a little extra zoom in. Get more of those wipes. I bought those in like 100 pack. They're good to have. And a little super glue is always good to have on any work site because you never know what you're going to deal with and if a little glue is necessary. So, oh, here's these little caulk. Those are for caulk tubes. So, quite frankly, they're like a condom. You put it on the end of your empty caulk tube, and or not empty, but you want to save that caulk. So have some laughs with that one. But those are really nice to keep caulk for a while. Oh boy, I can see where those comments are going to go. Anyhow, we'll get started here on the front. Got a 13-in-1 Milwaukee screwdriver here. So lots of different bits to use. This is a pretty nice screwdriver just because you've got 13 options in one. A little weighty, but necessary because of all the different functionality it has. Now this is a nice precision. I've also seen some of the Kleins that are nice. I like Mega Pro tools. I've got a couple that I'll show you in here. This one here is the micro, and it's got some really nice micro bits and quite a few of them. This screwdriver has been wonderfully handy for those micro projects, those small screws. And again, it's got quite the number of small bits. I highly recommend this Mega Pro. Got the Milwaukee extension there. All right. Some channel needle nose pliers. These are nice. They got the extra grip there in the middle, and some cutters here on the end. Those are nice. These here have been really good as a flush cut. I'm trying to recall the name of them. They're from Japan, and saw some reviews on them, and I really thought that they were interesting, so I bought them and have been satisfied with them, completely satisfied. Let me see if I can't get the zoom here to work right. There they are. But nice, sharp, good flush cuts. Okay, they are called TSUNDODA. However you say that, but they're out of Japan. These are Japan made in Japan. Very nice snips. Jambar toilet tool. I've got the Knipex wire strippers, fantastic. Go-to whenever I'm doing electric work. Great for snipping off bolts and great for obviously stripping. And I love that these kind of double as my lineman pliers, since they've got that big front. Lineman pliers are so expensive, or heavy, that I like to have those in the bag. Some Klein snips here for a little heavier duty work. Got a real nice little poke tool here, whatever you want to call it. This one's from Malco. This has been good. I've used it quite a bit. Got a lot of time in there. And little Stanley chisel. It folds out, so good for a tool bag because it's small. And I've used this quite a few times actually. To do some chisel work on if I don't have my multi-tool, this is really handy for trim or something like that if I'm installing an alarm or whatever I'm doing. But that's a pretty nice tool. Little tiny baby file. Something interesting to show you here is it's just a little piece of plastic I found, but it worked out really, really nice for this needle tool. It slides down in there to protect my bag. Got to have one of these if you've got a tool bag because it's lightweight, it's compact, the Purdy. This has been a handy tool. I like that you can hammer on the back of it. Really, really good tool. Little saw blade, for different projects. I'm not going to be able to get that out one-handed, but I keep a couple different blades in here. So it folds out. I think most of you have seen it, but I've got a wood blade. I've got metal blades in there. They don't take up much space. And just a nice handy little saw there to have. You can change out those blades fairly easily. All right, this is in the main compartment area. So in here you've got a base area. This has been super. This Klein pass-through socket set. The only problem with it is it's heavy. But man, it's been wonderful. Before I used that, I had these channel locks that are, that's two different sides, two different sizes. So you've got 4 sizes on one wrench, and this was in a pair, so you had 8 different sizes there, which was nice. But I did need some sockets, and the solution was this Klein setup. Now there's no metric in there, but I find that my 8 and 10 over here, they work pretty dang good for anything metric I'm working on. I'm not working on cars and things like that. So this set has been really, really nice. Other than the weight, it's perfect. You got my M12. If you got a tool bag, you got to have this. These are just fantastic. I got nothing but great things to say. And you can see I put the Milwaukee magnet on the end of there to hold screws and such. I did take off, it had the clip on the side. I found that I was marring up some walls from time to time and just took a screwdriver and took that out. So a great tool. Here's my hammer, and he's a cute little guy, but he gets the job done. Just a little stubby hammer, and it really does a nice job. This one is a Mr. Penn. And I'll tell you, you know, I sure wouldn't want to be framing a house with it, but for, I don't know, hanging pictures or getting a nail out or something like that, this thing gets the job done, and it's small enough to stay on the inside of the bag versus being riding on the outside. Okay, down here in the bottom we've got my drill bits. So I don't carry a drill with me, so instead I've got this this case here, which is a Hercules brand, which is Harbor Freight. Sorry about that. Let's see here. Some drill bits. I don't carry a drill with me, so I make sure I get the kind that go in my driver. So these are all fit right into my driver nicely. And actually, I've had these for a few years, and they've gotten a workout, and they are all still doing the job. And I've never broke one. So kudos to Hercules and Harbor Freight. They don't have very many Harbor Freight items. I mostly buy things like wire ties and zip ties and those odds and ends, but I have just a few things, and they've actually been pretty decent. I got the Klein, you know, breaker finder, and this is also tests the GFI, so it's 2 pieces. And I can plug this into an outlet. This part comes off. Plug this into an outlet, and then I can go to the breaker box and use this part to determine what breaker controls that outlet. So easy off. Nice tool to have. Saves you a lot of time rather than, you know, all the different methods with when you don't have one. So good little deal. Okay, up here in the top. So it's got a little pouch up here. I've got it so full that it won't Velcro together, but that's okay. This is my kind of my stud finding, my picture hanging. This is an old Ryobi laser level. When you turn it on, the power, it will vacuum itself to the drywall, and it will shoot a laser so that I can you know, mount things at the same height. Inexpensive, had it for years, comes in handy. And then the only other 2 things I have up here are a little magnetic stud finder, which these are great. I am looking at different stud finders online to do maybe an upgrade, but these 2 work pretty nice. This is the old Franklin sensor, got a pencil in the bottom and the buttons here on the side, and it does a pretty good job. I'm overall satisfied with these 2, but I am on the hunt for maybe something else. On the right side here, I've got my beater bar. This is Milwaukee, and you can use and abuse these suckers. Beat it with my little hammer over here, and you know, that's been good for me. Here's a blade for that saw frame I showed you earlier. Just that little Stanley, super lightweight. I've never used it, but boy, it weighs just a few ounces, I'd say. Overall, I'd say my bag's probably 30 to 40 pounds in weight, if I'm estimating. I've got my small Knipex 8603 180s. I also had the larger ones that I kept in the bag. But I found myself wanting some adjustable wrenches, and instead I went to this small channel lock adjustable. They call it the Big As, because the mouth gets really wide, and also it's a half. If you see, it's the mouth on it is only half, so you can get it into some different places. And I really like this little set of you know, adjustable wrench here. And again, it gets really nice and wide, so I didn't need 3 wrenches, so I kept the smaller Knipex, and I used this pair of channel locks. I like both of them a lot. Have a little level here, a little Empire level. Works nice, mostly plastic, been dropped plenty, has the magnetic base. Still works like a champ, made in the USA. Love that. Okay, get a ton of use out of this guy. Just a little punch. I use this punch to do nail sets all the time. I you know, want to get that screw started, or I want to just mark my spots. So this little punch works really nice, and I have no idea who the brand is on it. I got it off of Amazon years ago, but I use the heck out of this thing. And great, just a little nail punch. Some small Knipex, the 180s there. Everybody's got to have those, and they work like they are just fantastic. Here's the 250s. Got to have a big pair. And again, they're great. Here's another little nail set. I use this more for taking pins out of doors and stuff to take a door off, that kind of thing. So just a little Craftsman. I think it came in a set of 3. Down here, my heavy Knipex cutters. I'm sorry. These things are beasts. You know, you still have to put some elbow into it. You gotta use some might, but you can cut about everything. And the teeth are still, or the blades are still really solid. You can see that I put these things to work. Kind of heavy, but I felt it necessary to keep them in my bag. These are the nail screw pullers. Really nice. Oh shoot, I forget the name of them for the life of me right now, but these are from Knipex. I'll just give you the part number is 8202-200s. These are good for, you know, a screw that's stripped out, basically for those kind of projects where you can grab that screw and you can twist these things around and pull it out. So those are nice to have. I've used them a handful of times. Again, some zip ties. Always keep some zip ties on there. Here's another pair of channel locks. Now this is a oil filter wrench. Why do you have an oil filter wrench? These are great for some plumbing projects. You got those big connectors. These things just work fantastic for those kind of things. So fairly lightweight, easy to have in the bag, and when you're doing oil in your truck, you've got them handy too. So okay, I mentioned the Mega Pros before, and these two are both Mega Pros. This here is the star bits. So in the top, you've got all these different size star bits. And, you know, it certainly isn't all the sizes that you could have, but I have not run into a situation where I didn't have the star bit that I needed. I'm sure now that I've said it, I will. And here's my Allen. A lot of people have Allen key sets. Well, this is my Allen's. And again, there's a lot here, but there's not nearly as many as in a kit. So depending on your situation, but again, I have run into no situations yet that this didn't work. Again, this is a Mega Pro, so I've been quite happy with those. This is I get this at Lowe's. This is a cordless cobalt screwdriver, which is handy for little projects. I think I got this on sale for like $20, so it was inexpensive. And you know, it's really handy. It doesn't have a ton of torque, so you've got to hand crank a lot of things, but it does have a little headlight, and you can see I've got my Milwaukee on the end of it with another magnetic tip there. This Cobalt does pretty good. Type-C charger, which I love, and it's a good deal. Looks like the last thing I've got in my bag is just oh, here's some more zip ties here. Some larger zip ties and some grounding wires, so pigtails. So that's my bag. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and maybe you found something that I have that you need, and I'll keep watching your videos out there, like I hope you keep watching mine. Take care.